Movie review number 1464 is Candyman 1. Candyman 1 is a 1992 movie directed by Bernard Rose. So this movie has Universal Pictures and TriStar Pictures. I saw this movie on October 2nd, 2025 at Regal Cinema 16 in Deerfield Town Center in Mason, Ohio. So, a few years ago, I saw the movie Candyman, a 2021 movie that was a direct sequel to the 1992 version. Now I saw the 1992 version in theaters, and I enjoyed it. So this movie is based on the Candyman legend. He is of urban legend where he appears if you look in the mirror and say his name 5 times. Of course, he is a murderer, but he is of urban legend. So this movie is about skeptical graduate student Helen Weil, who befriends Anne Marie McCoy while researching superstitions in a housing project on Chicago's near north side, Cabrini Green. From Anne Marie, Helen learns about the Candyman, a knife-wielding figure of urban legend, and some of Anne Marie's neighbors believe he is responsible for a recent murder. After a mysterious man matching the Candyman's description begins stalking Helen, Helen comes to feel that the legend may all be all too real. Hmm, interesting. So, Helen Weil, she is a graduate student who is researching superstitions, and she eventually finds out about the Candyman legend. Well, apparently she has heard that Candyman appears if you look in the mirror and say his name 5 times, and then he comes and kills you. Well, Helen isn't really sure about this superstition or legend, but she decides to investigate it. So she goes to Cabrini Green, which is a neighborhood in Chicago, and she asks Anne Marie McCoy about it. Well, she goes. She asks Anne Marie some questions about it, and she eventually finds some other pictures, diagrams, and other facts about the Candyman legend from some of the neighbors. She wonders if it will all be too real, especially after a man who matches the description of Candyman begins stalking her. Uh-oh. So, I thought it was a pretty good movie. So this movie has Virginia Madsen as Helen Weil. Tony Todd portrays Candyman in the movie. Tony Todd was also famous for his roles in the Final Destination franchise, but also in the Candyman franchise. Tony Todd unfortunately passed away this year. But it was really nice to see Tony Todd in a feature film. Even though it was a classic movie, but still, it was nice to see him on the big screen again. Let's see. Sandor Bulgari portrays Trevor Weil, who is Helen's husband. Vanessa Estelle Williams portrays Anne Marie McCoy. Cassie Lemons portrays Bernadette O'Boney Walsh. D. John Guy portrays Jake. Gilbert Lewis portrays Detective Frank Farrentil. Carolyn Rowery portrays Stacy. Stanley DeSantis portrays Dr. Book. Mariana Elliott portrays Clara. Ted Raimi portrays Billy. Michael Corkin portrays Philip Purcell. Bernard Rose portrays Archie Walsh. Oh, Bernard Rose, who is the director of this movie, portrays Archie Walsh in the movie. Eric Edwards portrays Harold. Rusty Schwimmer portrays a policewoman. Letitia Martin and Renisha Martin portray Anthony McCoy. And Terrence Wiggins portrays a game reader. So, I have seen the 1992 movie version before the 2021 movie version a couple of years ago, so I was definitely excited to see it on the big screen, and it definitely was intense just as it was when I first saw it. But this movie does feature the Candyman legend and who he is and what does he want. Well, he wants something. He may want Helen Weil or something else that could belong to somebody that Helen either knows or somebody that Helen just recently know. But Candyman wants something, and it may be connected to Helen. And Helen wonders what will happen if this man that matches the description of Candyman begins stalking her over and over. What does Candyman really want with Helen? You'll find out in this movie, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. So that's my movie review of Candyman 1. Please tune for this movie review. Alright, goodbye.